Hi students, welcome to lesson number 2, Nature, Scope and Importance of Sociology. I would like to discuss this lesson in 2 parts. Now let us discuss part A. Sociology, which is known as the science of society, is one of the youngest social science. It is one of the youngest social science because only recently it came to be established as a distinct branch of knowledge with its own distinct set of concepts, theories and its own methods of inquiry. Sociology as an independent social science has been established by the social scientists, namely Auguste Comte, Herbrt Spencer, Emile Durkheim, Max Weber and Karl Marx. These sociologists have played a leading role in making sociology a science. Therefore, these social thinkers are often called as the founding fathers of sociology. The main objectives of this lesson are: number 1, to discuss about the contribution of the founding fathers of sociology for the development of sociology as an independent social science. Number 2, to discuss about the nature and scope of sociology. Number 3, to understand the importance and uses of sociology in the contemporary social world. Auguste Comte introduced the word sociology for the first time in his famous work Positive Philosophy in 1839. The term sociology is derived from the Latin word socius, meaning companion or associate, and the Greek word logos, meaning study or science. Thus, the etymological meaning of sociology is the science of society. Comte devoted his main efforts to an inquiry into the nature of human knowledge and tried to classify all knowledge and to analyze the methods of achieving it. He concentrated his efforts to determine the nature of human society and the laws and principles underlying its growth and development. Comte proposed sociology to be studied in 2 parts. Number 1, the social statics. Number 2, the social dynamics. The social statics deals with the major social institutions of society such as family, marriage, kinship, economy, polity, religion and education. Sociology is conceived of as the study of interrelations between such institutions, whereas the social dynamics focuses on whole societies as the unit of analysis and reveals how they developed and changed through time. Comte was convinced that all societies moved through certain fixed stages of development and that progressed towards ever increasing perfection. Comte has developed positivist methodology or scientific methodology for the study and analysis of the societies. According to Herbrt Spencer, the fields of sociology are the family, politics, religion, social control and industry or work. He also mentioned that sociological study of associations, communities, division of labor, social differentiation and social stratification, the sociology of knowledge, and the study of arts and aesthetics. According to Emile Durkheim, the ultimate social reality is the group or collectivity, not the individual. Social life has to be analyzed in terms of social facts. Social facts are nothing but collective ways of thinking, feeling and acting by the individuals. Durkheim also mentioned various fields of sociological inquiry such as general sociology, sociology of religion, sociology of law and morals, sociology of crime, economic sociology, demography and sociology of aesthetics. His major works are the division of labor in society, the rules of sociological method, suicide, the elementary forms of the religious life. Max Weber's approach is almost contrary to that of Durkheim. For Weber, the individual is the basic unit of society. Weber devoted much of his efforts to expound a special method called the Versetzen, which means the method of understanding for the study of social phenomena. He wrote much on the topics such as religion, various aspects of economic life, political parties, forms of political organization and authority, bureaucracy, etc. His major works are Economics and Society, the Protestant Ethics and the Spirit of Capitalism, the City, Bureaucracy, etc. Karl Marx was one of the most important thinkers of the 19th century. He wrote scientifically on subjects such as philosophy, political science, economics and history. He never called himself a sociologist, but his works are very rich in sociological insights. Hence, he is regarded as one of the most profound and original sociological thinkers. Marx believed that the task of the social scientist is not merely to describe the social world, but to change it. Marx used the conflict approach to the study of social phenomena. Marx believed in social conflict and the inevitability of revolution. The key to history, he believed, is class conflict. The bitter struggle between the capitalists and laborers, or between those who own the means of production and those who do not own it, would result into proletarian revolution. Marx also believed that the historic struggle would end only with the overthrow of the ruling exploiters or capitalist class and the establishment of a free, harmonious, classless and egalitarian society. Marx placed too much emphasis on the economic base of society. Marx believed that the economic base of society influences the general character of all other aspects of culture and social structure such as law, religion, education, political system and government, etc. Based on the different views of the founding fathers of sociology, now let us discuss the nature, scope and importance of sociology. Sociology as a branch of knowledge has its own unique characteristics. It is different from other sciences in certain respects. An analysis of its internal logical characteristics helps one to understand what kind of science it is. The following are the main characteristics of sociology as estimated by Robert Bierstedt in his book The Social Order. Number 1. Sociology is an independent science. Sociology has now emerged into an independent science. It is not treated and studied as a branch of any other science like philosophy or political philosophy or history. As an independent science, it has its own field of study, boundary and method. Second one, sociology is a social science and not a physical science. Sociology belongs to the family of social sciences and not to the family of physical sciences. As a social science, it concentrates its attention on man, his social behavior, social activities and social life. As a member of the family of social sciences, it is intimately related to other social sciences like history, political science, economics, psychology, anthropology, etc. The fact that sociology deals with the social universe distinguishes it from astronomy, physics, chemistry, geology, mathematics and other physical sciences. And third one, sociology is a categorical and not a normative discipline. Sociology confines itself to statements about what is, not what should be or ought to be. As a science, sociology is necessarily silent about questions of value. It does not make any kind of value judgments. Its approach is neither moral nor immoral, but amoral. It is ethically neutral. It cannot decide the directions in which sociology ought to go. It makes no recommendations on matters of social policy or legislation or program. But it does not mean that sociological knowledge is useless and serves no purpose. It only means that sociology as a discipline cannot deal with problems of good and evil, right and wrong, and moral or immoral. Fourth one, sociology is a pure science and not an applied science. A distinction is often made between pure sciences and applied sciences. The main aim of pure sciences is the acquisition of knowledge, and it is not bothered whether the acquired knowledge is useful or can be put to use. On the other hand, the aim of applied science is to apply the acquired knowledge into life and to put it to use. Each pure science may have its own applied field. For example, physics is a pure science and engineering is its applied field. Similarly, the pure sciences such as economics, political science, history, etc. have their applied fields like business, politics and journalism respectively. Sociology as a pure science has its applied field, such as administration, diplomacy, social work, etc. Each pure science may have more than one application. Sociology is a pure science because the immediate aim of sociology is the acquisition of knowledge about human society, not the utilization of that knowledge. Sociologists never determine questions of public policy and do not recommend legislators what laws should be passed or replaced. But the knowledge acquired by a sociologist is of great help to the administrator, to the legislator, the diplomat, the teacher, the technocrats, the supervisor, the social worker and the citizen. But sociologists themselves do not apply the knowledge to life and use as a matter of their duty and profession. Then fifth one, sociology is relatively an abstract science and not a concrete science. This does not mean that sociology is an art and not a science, nor does it mean it is unnecessarily complicated and unduly difficult. It only means that sociology is not interested in concrete manifestations of human events. It is more concerned with the form of human events and their patterns. For example, sociology is not concerned with particular wars and revolutions, but with war and revolution in general as social phenomena, as types of social conflict. Similarly, sociology does not confine itself to the study of this particular society or that particular society or social organization or marriage or religion or group and so on. It is in this simple sense that sociology is an abstract, not a concrete science. Sociology is a generalizing and not a particularizing or individualizing science. Sociology tries to find out the general laws or principles about human interaction and association, about the nature, form, content and structure of human groups and societies. It does not study each and every event that takes place in society. It is not possible also. It tries to make generalization on the basis of the study of some selected events. Seventh one, sociology is both a rational and an empirical science. There are two broad ways of approach to scientific knowledge. One known as empiricism, which is the approach that emphasizes experience and the facts that result from observation and experimentation. The other known as rationalism, which stresses on reason and the theories that result from logical inference. The empiricist collects facts, the rationalist coordinates and arranges them. Theories and facts are required in the construction of knowledge. In sociological inquiry, both are significant. A theory unsubstantiated by hard, solid facts is nothing more than an opinion. Facts by themselves in their isolated character are meaningless and useless. As Immanuel Kant said, theories without facts are empty and facts without theories are blind. All modern sciences therefore avail themselves of both empirical and rational resources. It is clear from the above that sociology is an independent, a social, a categorical, a pure, an abstract, a generalizing, both a rational and an empirical, and a general social science. Let me discuss the major concerns of sociology or subject matter of sociology. Ever since the beginning of sociology, sociologists have shown a great concern in man and in the dynamics of society. The emphasis has been oscillating between man and society. Sometimes the emphasis was on man in society, at other times it was on man in society. Sociology concentrated heavily on society and its major units and their dynamics. It has been striving to analyze the dynamics of society in terms of organized patterns of social relations. It may be said that sociology seeks to find explanations for three basic questions: how and why societies emerge, how and why societies persist, how and why societies change. The major concerns of sociology can be explained in this way. The major concern of sociology is sociological analysis. It means the sociologist seeks to provide an analysis of human society and culture with a sociological perspective. He evinces his interest in the evolution of society and tries to reconstruct the major stages in the evolutionary process. An attempt is also made to analyze the factors and forces underlying historical transformations of society. Due importance is given to the scientific method that is adopted in the sociological analysis. Sociology has given sufficient attention to the study of primary units of social life. In this area, it is concerned with social acts and social relationships, individual personality, groups of all varieties, communities, both rural, urban and also tribal, associations, organizations and populations. Sociology has been concerned with the development, structure and function of wide variety of basic social institutions such as the family and kinship, religion and property, economic, political, legal, educational and scientific, recreational and welfare, aesthetic and expressive institutions. Sociology also studies the fundamental social processes that play a vital role. The social processes such as cooperation and competition, accommodation and assimilation, social conflict including war and revolution, communication, including opinion formation, expression and change, social differentiation and social stratification, socialization and social indoctrination, social control and deviance, including crime, suicide, social integration and social change, assume prominence in sociological studies. Sociology has also placed high premium on the method of research. Contemporary sociology has tended to become more and more rational and empirical rather than philosophical and idealistic. Sociologists have sought the application of scientific method in social researches. Like a natural scientist, a sociologist stresses a problem for investigation. He then tries to formulate it into a researchable proposition. After collecting the data, he tries to establish connections between them. He finally arrives at meaningful concepts, propositions and generalizations. Sociologists are concerned with the task of formulating concepts, propositions and theories. Concepts are abstracted from concrete experience to represent a class of phenomena. For example, terms such as social stratification, differentiation, conformity, deviance, etc. represent concepts. Proposition seeks to reflect a relationship between different categories of data or concepts. For example, lower class youth are more likely to commit crimes than middle class youth. This proposition is debatable. It may be proved to be false. To take another example, it could be said that taking advantage of opportunities of higher education and occupational mobility leads to the weakening of the ties of kinship and territorial loyalties. Though this proposition sounds debatable, it has been established after careful observations, inquiry and collection of relevant data. Theories go beyond concepts and propositions. Theories represent systematically related propositions that explain social phenomena. Sociological theories are mostly rooted in factual than philosophical. The sociological perspective becomes more meaningful and fruitful when one tries to derive insight from concepts, propositions and theories. Finally, in the present era of explosion of knowledge, sociologists have ventured to make specializations also. Thus, today good numbers of specialized fields of inquiry are emerging out. Sociology of knowledge, sociology of history, sociology of literature, sociology of culture, sociology of religion, sociology of family, etc. represent such specialized fields. The field of sociological inquiry is so vast that any student of sociology equipped with genius and rich sociological imagination can add new dimensions to the discipline of sociology as a whole.